Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Scottish Disney Cars Collector YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at this little guy. My name is not Chuck with Cart. I don't get why they've listed him with that. It's so strange, but anyway. Apologies, there's been no new reviews or videos for the last week. I've basically been ill with the flu, and I'm feeling a lot better now. But the taste of it, that sounds weird, is still sort of lingering in my throat and nose. So you can probably still hear it a bit in me right now. Like, my nose wasn't blocked at the start, then it became blocked, and now it's unblocked, but it's still not just quite there yet. Anyway, I didn't have the strength to record videos last week, but also I didn't have any time. That's why the Guido review was so short. It was literally 5 minutes. But I've not recorded a review for 8 days now, which is mad. So yeah, apologies about that. But I thought because I had some time, we would take a look at this little guy. He is obviously a new Talon variant for 2025. Now, I know I did say that on this channel, I'm not really aiming to review, current stuff or stuff that people are doing other reviews of all the time. But I wasn't planning on reviewing this guy today. However, when I thought through, because we have the 2025 poster now revealed the checklist, I was thinking through like what releases we are getting this year and what we've had so far, and I come to realize that this guy is probably the best release of the year so far, all the way up to KSS, because obviously KSS we're getting Jonathan Gearson, but which is not out in the UK yet. Though I know for you USA viewers, you more likely have it, but we're still waiting. It's due out this week apparently. I will be reviewing Acer when I get him 100%. But it's when I came to that realization of, is this really the best 2025 release so far? It's like, yeah, it kind of is, because you look back on it and KSN, had nothing new. It was just a load of card variants, and Slim Hood and Billy Oil Changer were, in my opinion, the best of that case. And then you had, obviously, Case P, where, yeah, you had Flow with Trey, but it was just a bunch of Piss and Cup Racers re-release. Case Q obviously had this guy, and he was the first, like, real new release of the year anyway. And then Case R, yeah, it's got 4 new Talon variants, however, in my opinion, they're not massively exciting, so a bit of a personal opinions coming into all this. But when I realised that, like, this guy is really the only new car so far this year, I was like, oh god. And I know a lot of people have been bashing the 2025 checklist so far and they've been saying it's terrible and one of the worst years. I don't think it's as bad as everyone's making it out to be, but I would say it's the weakest year for me collecting wise since I started getting back into the range, because I started collecting them again in 2022. So I would say it's probably the second worst year. I'd still say 2022 was worse. 2022, I mean, it got really good in the second half, but those first 8 months of it were just abysmal. Pretty much when Cars on the Road came out, it changed everything. So, I don't know. And that's when I realised, like, well, he's the first substantial release this year before Jonathan Gearson. It's like, well, are we? Yeah, this video is not really to talk about the 2025 checklist. It is to talk about My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart, but that 2025 poster, I think, is showing that Mattel clearly are more focused on expanded universe lines nowadays rather than just like releases from the first 3 films, because that's the thing that's annoyed me most about it. Now, the Race and Rescue line, I don't hate it as much as other people. I think some of it's actually pretty cool, but I think my main issue with it is, and Docket was saying this as well, because Docket's just done his video about the checklist, is it's not from the films, it's an expanded universe line, so you can't... they seem more catered towards that nowadays than just giving us like new characters from the first 3 films. There's still plenty to be doing. Now, I'm not saying they have to release every single fucking background character, that's just impossible, but, there's still a lot of things we're waiting on, and it's upsetting because every year they keep doing a new universe expanded line. Like NASCAR came about in like 2021. in 2022, which was great and all. Then they stopped it and, cancelled it for God knows how many years. And then, you got the Glow Racers in 2023, and then you got GRC last year, and then you got the Race and Rescue stuff this year, and then you've randomly brought NASCAR back with like 2 releases, and it's like, and we had the repaints of the metallic versions last year. It's like, there's a lot of expanded universe stuff that keeps happening, but not just for the first 3 films, and I think that's the biggest problem here. Like, even if you look at the Cars on the Road stuff this year, there's barely anything. There's only 1 new release from the whole thing. I'm glad to see they're phasing it out, but I just kind of wish that Race and Rescue line was taken up by new characters from the first 3 films. That's what I want again, and that's what I'm hoping we get next year with Cars 1's 20th anniversary. It's a shame that we're like, I think we've lost the core element of what made collecting these great and fun, and it's the racing aspect. I think that's why I love the GRC line to bits. I've got nearly every bit of GRC merchandise because I loved it that much, even though it had no thing to back it up like a book or a short, because it was about racing, and I loved it for that. The Glow Racers line was pretty cool as well, but it's a gimmick that people get bored of very easily, and people just seem to have forgotten about it. And I think the Race and Rescue stuff's going to be the same thing as well. It's going to be, this comes out, and then you get like maybe 20 cars from it, and then it's just forgotten about. It's like, can we just have one focused mainline? That's why I'm hoping GRC would change all that, because we're not getting the GRC Lewis Hamilton, Jeff Corvette, or Rip Klitschkonski that was apparently listed or whatever, leaked. Which I'm pained to see that, because I was really looking forward to them completing the Cars 2 Racers nearly anyway, because I bet you they're not going to complete them. Very likely not. Anyway, yeah, that's just my sort of like opinion on it, like, because it's came out obviously since I last done a review. Like, I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be, but when I realised of how much is actually missing and how much stuff is on that poster we don't need, it's like, it really is one of the worst years that we've had for mainline collecting. It truly is. It really is. It's a shame, because it just makes me miss the days like of 2013 to 2017, because God, those were peak Cars 2 days for diecast. I think just the whole diecast range in general, it was 4 great years of so many new releases, and Cars 3 just kind of changed all that. But yeah. Anyway, that's more or less it. I'm sorry about my side rant at the start there, but I just think it's important to sort of realise and address things like that, and I might do another video about it a bit more. However, yeah, it's not amazing. Also, I've just remembered I've got this guy as an in-package error without the tow gun, and I fucking forgot to bring it down. Well, I'm set up now, so it's too late, but yes, I do actually have that. Basically, I've when I found this guy in the store, I found 2, and this one had the tow gun, and it's the same thing in package, just that was not put on it. So obviously I bought it and keep it's sealed. Anyway, my name is not Chuck with Cart. That's what we're calling him now, apparently. So this guy was first released in 2008 in the World of Cars series with completely different tire stack and a toolbox. The tire stack, I'm pretty sure people will know this, but the tires were thinner and were 4s rather than just 2s. And also the tool cart had the 95 on the side as opposed to the front. And that was your lot for 2008, and he became quite rare. That original release is really hard to get now. I would like to get it because it is quite different. He also had brown eyes as well, and I don't think he had the tow gun. Then they finally done him with the tow gun in 2014-15, and that's where this name came from. My name is not Chuck with Cart, because I think ever since they gave him that, they've started calling him this. And I think they changed the blue eyes at that point, and that was 2014, 2015, and pretty much the last time this guy got released as a single. Then there's a Vietnam version, which I don't know if many people know about that, but he was in one of those random 11 packs, was like in 2021, 2022 maybe. And he basically came with all the same stuff, but he had the tow gun. And now, for the first time ever, he's been called My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart, which you should just say anyway, or with tires. They should just say his name's not Chuck. Well, his name's not Chuck, but that could be his actual name. And my name is not Chuck. Think about it. McQueen, adios is Chuck. And my name is not Chuck. That could be his name. My name is not Chuck. Anyway, sorry, we're 10 minutes into this video and I've barely started a review. So, my name is not Chuck. With Cart, as we're calling it. He's also a new 2025 Talon variant, and yeah, he is very nice. He is a traditional Cars 1 Pity. He's the shorter version. For people who don't know, there are 3 versions of the Piston Cup Pities. One's more shorter, one's thinner, one's fatter. Basically, that's what they're known as. And he is obviously red. A very nice red at that as well. Really like this red. He's got the Rust-eze 95 on the side, of course, and then I guess sort of grills, air vents, whatever, little bumps. Wiggle, wiggle. He's got Rust-eze 95 here on the side as well, and sort of brown grey windows, or more of a brown and a grey, with obviously the black outline picked, and the cap with the 95, which is actually embossed and it feels very nice, and a little lightning bolts on each side. And we've got his tyres, which are red. And then his expression, well, matches him and his character very well, very grilly. My name is not Chuck. And the forklift, which is picked out in a sort of, well, grey. It would have been nice if it a bit more of a silver, but it's fine. You can see his teeth and his eyes, which have been very hit and miss on. Like, it gives it the expression depth, but I think they look too fucking horrible. Not as bad as the Vietnam version, God no, because that just looks fucking horrible. But yeah. And then, of course, he's got his little tool gun, which is red, and the bolt area is picked out in black. But yeah, that's him. I mean, not a massive amount to say, because he is a pity. Obviously, the great money value in this is you get the accessories. So we have the tyres, which is the 2 stacked together, and there's a little notch there, which you can do that if you want, but it just looks like he's puncturing the tyres and put a hole in them. I mean, the ideal way to do it is really that, I suppose. If he didn't have the tool gun, it would be sort of like that. That's how I used to do mine as a kid. But they're obviously just black, and they are picked out in lighter text. I don't have a Lightning McQueen next to me to compare this to. Because I couldn't be bored digging one out. So, but they're red. The details picked out in red, and we've got lighter text, of course. And they're very basic. Tool cart, got a nice clear 95 on the front, which is nice. Again, it is red and silver strips. And of course, wheels which do not roll, which I've always found a shame on these, but I suppose we can't ask for too much. The odd thing with the first release of this, again, the 95 was on this side. There's actually there's quite a few versions of this. I think there's about 3 versions. And the 95 is like smaller on some of them as well. There's quite a few. I want to get them all, because, I mean, I just want all the accessories for Team 95. Like, I wouldn't mind having a few tool carts. And I mean, it's any other Piston Cup racer like Fibre Fuel, Tackle Mint, Vitaline. I would just love a few of these of each. Just nice little accessories to have. But yeah, that is basically My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart. There's not a lot to say. I mean, because he has a very small diecast and release, but I do like this guy a lot. Nice accessories and good paint on him as well. He's probably the best release of the year so far, in my opinion. When I reflected on that this morning and realised, like, oh yeah, do you know what he probably is? I've just realised, and I told a lie, KCP, we got Tylander and Gerson. Okay, that's the only other new car, really, this year. Yeah, okay, sorry, tell a lie. Yeah, okay, it was Ernie Gerson. That's just kind of put down everything I've just said, but even at that, if you look at it, you know, he was clogged down with a bunch of Piston Cup races. In terms of stuff that stands out, this really is the first substantial release of the year, and Ernie Gerson as well, really. But that's why I wanted to review this guy. It's just when I realised like how very little we've actually had so far this year, it's like, shit. You know, we've really not had a lot, and we're not going to get a lot, and it's just, it's a shame. I know this video might be coming across like a bit all over the place, but my thoughts on the list are changing. Like, a week ago, I was like, do you know what, it's actually alright, it's not that bad. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking about it, it's like, ugh. So when you compare it to other years. But there's still loads of cool stuff as well. We're still getting Talon variants of Greminator, which I'm most looking forward to. We're getting Fishtail and High Impact, which is amazing. I think some of the Race and Rescue cars are pretty cool. The 2-packs and Masha Ellis Wrench and the Megan Shifter and Sage Vanderspin and Darren Ledford. I'm really looking forward to those 2-packs. They're very nostalgic Cars 1 2-packs. And stuff like Nikki B and, you know, Daryl Cartrip and Joe Don Jackson, Slim Hood, they're all nice to see again. That's the thing. There's still a lot of good in it, but it's not quite what we had in 2023 and 2024. But yeah, that is my review of My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.